please don't scroll. Just give me a moment of your time. I've never posted on anything as far as TikTok is concerned. I love the app. I love the community here. I'm on the app all the time, but I'm just not a on-screen sort of person most of the time. I'm a small businessman. I own a 85-year-old furniture store in New Hampshire, and it's been an adventure to say the least. We were able to make our way through COVID. I'm not going to pretend to say flying colors, but we've survived COVID. And it looked like we were going to be able to survive the inflation problems. But from really October of 23, really all of 2024, last year was just a struggle. I've burned through everything that I've got, trying to make sure that I keep this business running. I'm very proud to say that we were able to get through 2024 without letting go a single member on staff. Still making sure that they were taken care of, able to give out a couple of raises because people just deserved them, not big ones, but something. But it was such a tough year. We dropped by 30%, and I just haven't been able to do anything but keep the store open, keep the employees paid, keep the rents paid, keep the basic bills paid. But we haven't been able to really thrive. In an effort to sort of celebrate the end of a bad year when we got into 25, when we got into 25, I ran one of these big 6-week furniture sales, and it looked like it was going to be great for us, but it just dug the hole deeper, and it's put me in a position with so much backlog that when the sale ended the following month, we were doing less than half of what we're supposed to do on a monthly basis. And then in April, the next month, we did half of that. And it's so bad that I had to lay off the entire staff. I've had to close the doors. I owe customers refunds. I owe customers furniture if I can get it in. I'm in a desperate situation, and I'm asking the TikTok community for help. If you can see the link below, if you can share the link below, anything anybody can do to help, I would really, really appreciate it. It's not a good situation to be in.
Well, we've just heard things are so hard for every American, especially those that are small business people, those that are middle income earners, and also to those that have large businesses. Things are not really good. People are closing down businesses. Like this man, they are asking for the community to actually chip in to help him out because he is going through a lot. Let's check the next video.
Here's my question. What are poor people supposed to be doing? Like, everyone's like, hey, you should be stockpiling because the cargo ships aren't coming into the ports anymore, so we're not going to be having any more products delivered to America. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, stock up on all the essentials. Okay, I can barely afford the things that I need for this week, let alone stocking up. So what are the poor people supposed to be doing? Anyone?
And actually, she's talking the truth. What are the poor actually supposed to be doing? We all see people are stocking up They're buying a lot of goods in bulk from the supermarket, from the grocery stores, and stocking up because the shelves are going to be empty. But there are these people that live on hand to mouth. These people that they earn so little. How are they gonna do? How are they gonna stock up? Yeah? So you have to accept the fact that things are not doing really well. Somebody somewhere said China, I think, is winning this war by, I think, just sitting down. So we'll sit, watch, and see if the current administration will actually reach out to China to negotiate, because they are waiting for China to start the conversation first. But China is just relaxing. China is just like contented with what they have. China is looking outside other markets. Who is suffering? That person that woke up very early in the morning, go queue in the line and vote for Donald Trump, vote for making America great again. Is America great now?
Make sure you take your waters. Take everything, all the necessities that you need, guys, before it's too late. They're running low on water, guys. There's no water at all. Get them all you can. Now they're only $5.98. I know they're gonna go up because they're running out, guys.
We like these a lot. We always get these now. These all used to live in farms. Get the real deal. Mayonnaise. Yeah, these kind of handle trust me. Should cook in the nice ways. They're gonna be the real deal. Bunch of tuna. Get these kinds of like little bag ones. So we have box now. Maybe put some box those. Remember, guys, from 345 is going to skyrocket to like about 600, 700 because so don't get ready to prepare yourselves.
So if you watch this video, it looks like somebody who's well off, somebody who has a lot of money to actually go in a grocery store, to go in a supermarket and stock all the food, all the necessity they need. There's that one person back in the rural area. Okay, let's say rural areas, they mostly depend on their output from the farm, from their activities there. There's just one middle income earner who actually depends on hand to mouth food. How is it gonna do that? How is it gonna stock that shelves? Things are really bad, and we have to start accepting the fact that we are screwed up.
Why did I have to play supermarket hide and seek this morning? Oh, that's right, Dementia Dawn's Tariff War. I had to go to 3 different grocery stores this morning. Not for fun, not because I needed something to do, just for basic things. And guess what? Shelves starting to get bare, freezers starting to get empty, prices are disrespectful. Remember when tariffs were just a political buzzword? But now we're full-blown into this tariff war with China. But see, here's the real tea. Tariffs mean higher costs for you and for me. Companies are not going to eat those costs. They're going to pass them on to you and I. You know why? Because the American way is to pass it on to the consumer. That apple you used to get for $1, $2.50 now. If you can even find an apple, beloved. When imports slow down and the prices shoot up, those shelves don't lie to you. They're telling you that this leadership ain't working for us. Is anybody else starting to see the impacts of tariffs in their grocery store? Because I am, and I'm tired already.
So, if you guys, I think many of these people have started accepting the fact that it's not China that pays for the tariff. It's you, the consumer. It's you who is going to use that product that is manufactured in China. Empty shelves, empty grocery stores, prices are going up, jobs are slashing, jobs are cutting, people are laying off its employees. It's May 2025 and you can feel the strength everywhere you go. Walk into Walmart or Target and the shelves are looking thin. Gaps where toys, clothes, even basic home goods used to be. Check your wallet and the prices are hitting harder than ever. A gallon of milk, a pair of shoes, even a kid's backpack, everything is more expensive. And the worst part, the news keep talking about layoff, businesses shutting down, and recession is looming, although they are denying. This is just a bad week. This is what life feels like for a lot of Americans right now, and it's tough. Let me walk through what's just happening, because it's not just about numbers on the screen. It's our neighbors, it's our communities, it's our lives. Talk about the impact of tariff. It's all started ramping up last month when President Trump actually announced a sweeping tariff on April 12 on imports from countries and whooping 145% on goods from China, the most two greatest trading partners. The idea was to boost American manufacturers or manufacturing and protect the economy, but instead it's like slow motion waving, crashing over Americans. Those tariffs are taxes paid by American companies, and they are passing the cost right to you, to us. The tax foundations estimate these tariffs are likely like at 1,300 tax hike per household this year. That is 1,300 less for rent, less for groceries, or for your kids' school supplies. There's a guy who was in store on Ohio last week trying to buy a pair of sneakers for the nephew. The price tag was $120 for basic pair, almost double what he usually pay like last year. When he asked the cashier told it's tariff. Stuff from China is either too expensive to ship or not coming at all. And it's not just about shoes. Upward prices are expected to jump to 87%. Toys could be next, and even furniture getting pricier. Retailers like Walmart and Target warned the White House in April that these tariffs could lead to shortage by the 4th of July, stopping seasons. And here we are with summer approaching, and the shelves are already looking bare, nothing, people are stocking out. There's this job market and the job cuts. Economists are saying these tariffs could cost hundreds of thousands of jobs, maybe millions if things don't change. The budget lab at Yale predicts unemployment could hit 4.7% by the end of 2025, with 770,000 fewer people in payrolls than the Trump's 100 days, they said there are increased job opportunities. I'm wondering, where are those jobs? And that's not just statistics. That is people like Maria, a single mom. So, like this woman, she worked in Stellan Auto Plant until the post-production in April, laying about 900 workers because of tariffs on parts from Canada and Mexico. Then these workers is forced actually to go to take shifts in gas stations, which is barely covering her bills. And it's not just about auto workers. It's still plants like Cleveland Cliffs. Jobs are being cut down. 1,200 workers laid off in Michigan and Minnesota because demand's tanking. Logistic companies in South California, where trucking and shipping are huge, are bracing for layoff starting in June. There was a post in actually X which said that companies are silently laying off. They're quietly trimming staff in order to hold cash. So this isn't the manufacturing booming the Americans were promised. It's a squeeze, and is hitting retail, trucking, even agriculture the hardest. What about those empty shelves? Have you been in a store lately? If you've been to a store lately, you've seen empty shelves. Like people are back in 2020. Apollo Global Management warned that by mid-May, we'll start noticing some shortages because of the tariff standoff with China. US imports from China are dropped to 64% in April, and cargo ships are leaving Chinese ports half empty. Toy, budget home goods and clothes are disappearing fast. Stuff that people rely on back to school season in just daily life. The National Retail Federation predicts imports could drop 20% in second half of 2025. If these tariffs stick, that means less choice, higher prices, and more frustration for all Americans. What about those business closures? So where does this leave Americans? Families are cutting back. Maybe your kid gets 2 toys instead of 10 this summer, like Trump suggested. But for a lot of people, it's not about toys. It's about paying rent or buying groceries. Food banks are seeing the lines like people haven't seen it before since the pandemic. Seniors are skipping medications to afford basics, and uncertainty is crashing. There's a post in X that talked about depression is coming, with layoff and shortages piling up. Apollo's chief economist said that there is 90% chance of recession this year if tariffs don't come down. There's a teacher somewhere working a second job as a grocery store attendant because his husband was laid off. People are not living, they are just surviving. And that's the reality for millions right now. And while the White House talks about trade deals, and detox period for the economy, folks on the ground are wondering how will they make it through the next week. And this is America 2025. It's not easy. Tariff was supposed to make America stronger by their breaking Americans down, higher prices, fewer jobs, empty shelves, and shuttered stores. The stock market tanking down 19% from its February high, and consumer confidence is crumbling. But I think you have a decision to make. I don't know how this ends, but I know Americans are tougher. You will not actually lie down, but you actually speak out. Get to be heard. Air out your things. All right? Thank you.